Hey friends, this is not a snow day. It is day 42 of quarantine here in southeastern Michigan. It is a beautiful sunny Friday with a scorching hot temperature of 51, which here in Michigan is sunny, beautiful, beachy even. You're lucky I'm wearing pants, let alone probably shorts later. I want to talk to you today on this Friday about something I've noticed. Maybe it's something that has occurred for you, and we can action on it. As always, I want to offer you the opportunity to subscribe, to comment, to like. A lot of my segment ideas come from the comments you guys send to me or things I see on Twitter or Instagram. So thank you so much for being part of the creative force on this. So I was reviewing one of my videos that I made earlier this week, and I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, my glasses are filthy. Like, oh my goodness. And I reached up and took them off and looked at them, and it's like layers. It's like an onion. I could peel back the layers of stuff that are on my glasses right now. And I was disgusted. Like, how did this even happen? And it occurred to me that part of my routine as a teacher is I get into school and I make sure I got my copies, and I have like this rhythm, right? And I say hello to this person, we talk a little bit to this person, and pistons, or you see this, like this is crazy, and what's going, is that today? And right as my kids are starting to come into the room, I have a drawer in my desk, and I open it up, and I have these little disposable glasses wipes. And I take them out, and I clean my glasses every morning. It's part of my routine. So I start the day with clean lenses, and I then walk around, and to any of my fellow students who are fellow glasses wearers, I was like, hey, anybody need a wipe down? Anybody need some to clear off the windshield? And I have a couple kids who occasionally will be like, Mr. Ozark, I put my thumb, or my baby brother. And missing that little piece of my day, that routine, I was missing a complete part of what I do to be the most functioning me. And so that's really interesting. That's kind of stuck with me. And I've been thinking a little bit about why don't I have a new routine for that? Like, come on, just clean your glasses. It's not that hard. And I saw, and maybe you saw this as well, a well-known brewery out of St. Louis, Missouri, has resurrected one of their slogans from about 15 years ago. And it is some buddies who call each other and answer the phone, what's up? And I don't do impressions, so I don't want to, but you know this, you know the what's up guys, the what's up. And I thought about that importance to reach out, that importance to get connection, and how there's a lot of connections that we didn't do intentionally. They were part of our structured days, and that structure of our days created the behavior of connection. And now that we're not seeing those same people at the bagel shop, or we're not, there's a bunch of teachers I talk to all the time who don't teach my grade. We don't share kids, but I pass on the way to the bathroom, or I come in the door where they're helping little ones with their backpacks, and I don't see them now. And so I really wanted to combine these two thoughts and encourage you and anyone in your house to intentionally reach out and make that connection. Pick up the phone and say, what's up? Send a text like, what's up? Now, it might feel that you are connecting with lots of people because you're in lots of Zoom calls and you're constantly in this Brady Bunch where there's all these faces. That is not necessarily connection. Now, there are some that are great and they're family ones. A friend of mine who's moved all the way to Ottawa, we got together with them and their friends. We played a Kahoot as a group, and the purpose was social. It's about that intent. So I want you to intentionally come up with a list of 3 people you're going to reach out to in the next 7 days. So by next Friday, and I'm going to remind you on next Friday's broadcast, did you reach out to those people? And it shouldn't just be a quick email. It shouldn't just be a quick text. You okay? Like, genuinely say, hey, can we catch up? Or include this very powerful word. This is a word I use all the time when working with young leaders about how to have authentic conversations. Add the word really. Because we ask people, how you doing? I'm like, fine. No. How are you really? And maybe it's take your phone to the car to have that text conversation. Go to another place away from your workstation and say, hey, when do you have 5 or 10 minutes? I just want to touch base. I want to just send some texts or do a FaceTime. And then also create this list for your younger people. Who are your friends you're really missing? Who are some teachers or some kids that you really had some interaction with and you don't know how they're doing? You just want to check in or you want to share something. My guess is many of you have some thoughts in your head like, I should call them, or, oh my gosh, they would love this meme. Okay, find a time for everyone in your house to intentionally reach out and say, what's up? How you doing? Really? You making it through? Have you tried this? This works for me. This works for you. Just to have that connection, because we miss these people, and we're going to get busier and busier and busier with our Zoom meetings, with our finding recipes and picking up our orders curbside, and those little seemingly accidental parts of our life are going to go missing, and then it'll be hard to see them because we lose that connection if we're not careful. So that's your homework. That's your homework here on Friday. I know, as a teacher, I never give homework on Fridays, but this isn't teaching. This is not a snow day. This is how we have to have our new weekend, because our weekend was often about connecting and finding that time. So I hope you'd use this weekend and early next week to find the time and reach out and say, hey, do you have a couple minutes? I really want to check in. And then take that time. And if that means you have to tell the people in your family, like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, you're going to hear me talking. It's not to myself. I'm going to make that call, but I need some space to work with the people in your life to create some space and some alone time. I know that sometimes is a privilege, but maybe it's part of that walk, and really find the time so you can focus on them and ask that they find a little bit of space to focus on you so you can have that real connection and not just, what's up? Same, use, totes good. Like, stop. It's not totes good for anybody. So let's hold some space for each other by making some time to reach out. So I appreciate you spending some time and reaching out by pressing play on these videos. Thanks to my guest, Katie, yesterday. Please, please, please share these. The whole purpose of this is to hopefully give some steady, positive, actionable stuff as we go through this really unsteady, seemingly helpless time. So thank you so much for being here. Subscribe, share these videos, pass it along. Hopefully it is stuff that's helpful for you and helpful for others. Wash your hands, wear a mask in crowded places, and reach out. Tell somebody what's up. Have a good weekend.